Intuitive Reads with Miss Jane Says. We have the language of letting go. Removing the victim, March 15th, page 71. Don't others see how much I'm hurting? Can't they see I need help? Don't they care? The issue is not whether others see or care. The issue is whether we see and care about ourselves. Often, we are pointing a finger at others, waiting for them to have compassion for us. It's because we have not fully accepted our pain. We have not yet reached that point of caring about ourselves. We are hoping for an awareness and another that we have not yet had. It is our job to have compassion for ourselves. When we do, we have taken the first step towards removing ourselves as victims. We are on the way to self-responsibility, self-care, and change. Ask the question, what could we do to improve how we care about ourselves or to become more aware of the times when we need to show ourselves more care? When things don't work, page 180. June 28th. When things don't work. Frequently, when faced with a problem, we may attempt to solve it in a particular way. When that way doesn't work, we may continue trying to solve the problem in that same way. We may get frustrated, try harder, get more frustrated, and then exert more energy and influence into forcing the same solution that we have already tried and that didn't work. That approach makes us crazy. It tends to get us stuck and trapped. It is the stuff that unmanageability is made of. We can get caught in this same difficult pattern in relationships and tasks in any area of our life. We initiate something, it doesn't work, it doesn't flow, we feel badly, then try the same approach harder, even though it's not working and flowing. Sometimes it's appropriate not to give up and try harder. Sometimes it's more appropriate to let go, detach, and stop trying so hard. If it doesn't work, if it doesn't flow, maybe life is trying to tell us something. Life is a gentle teacher. She doesn't always send neon road signs to guide us. Sometimes the signs are more subtle. Something not working may be a sign that something not working may be a sign. Sometimes a different solution is appropriate. Sometimes a different path opens up. Often the answer will emerge clearly in the quietness of letting go. Then it will in the urgency, frustration, and desperation of pushing harder. Learn to recognize when something isn't working or isn't flowing. Step back and wait for clear guidance. Today, I will make myself crazy by repeatedly trying solutions that have proven themselves unsuccessful. If something isn't working, I will step back and wait for guidance. And in June 29th, the next meditation, it talks about God's will, the willingness, the willpower, and owning our power on page 230, and leaving room for feelings, page 231. I think that's significant. We will do a second read on that, but to continue owning our power. Many of us have someone in our life who challenges our ability to trust and care for ourselves. When we hear that person's voice or are in his or her presence, we may forget all we know about what is real, we may forget all we know about what is real, about how to own our power, about how to be direct about what we know and believe to be true, about how important we are. We give up our power to that person. The child in us gets hooked with a mixture of powerful feelings, love, fear, or anger. We may feel trapped, helpless, or so attracted that we can't think straight. There may be a powerful tug-of-war going between feelings of anger and our need to be loved and accepted, or between our head and our heart. We may be enamored or intimidated that we revert to our belief that we can't react or respond to this person any differently. We get hooked. We don't have to stay under a spell. We start by becoming aware of the people who hook us, and then accepting that we can force ourselves through the motions of reacting differently to that person, even if that new reaction is awkward and uncomfortable. Search out our motivations. Are we somehow trying to control or influence the other person? We cannot change the other person, but we can stop playing our part of the game. One good way to do this is by detaching and letting go of any need to control. The next step is learning to own our power, to take care of ourselves, and to be who we are free from their influence. To be who we are free from their influence. We can learn to own our power with difficult people. It may not happen overnight, but we can begin today to change our self-defeating reactions to the people who have hooked us. God, help me identify the relationships where I have forfeited my power. Help me unhook and begin owning my power. And maybe a few books from now, we'll get back into the next page on 231, Leaving Room for Feelings. Date